Hey everybody, today's episode is about Little Walter, the best Chicago blues harmonica player. Last 2 weeks ago was about Sonny Boy Williamson too, my favorite one, but I have to say Little Walter is the best. You can't deny Little Walter is the best harmonica player ever, who ever lived, who everyone's still trying to copy nowadays. So anyway, here's one of the songs that he put out, Key to the Highway. He didn't write it, but I got the key to the highway. Oh, I'm bound to go. When I leave this town, I won't be back no more. I'm going back to the border. Well, I'm better know. I ain't done nothing. Drove good man away from home. Give me one last kiss, babe. Honey, before I go, I leave this town, I won't be back no more. When the moon creep over the mountain, honey, I'll be on my way. I'm gonna roam this highway until my dying day. Key to the Highway, recorded by Little Walter and a lot of other people. Little Walter started out playing on the streets in New Orleans when he was 12 years old. And then he went up to Chicago in the late 40s, something called the Great Migration. He was part of that. And there he quickly met Muddy Waters and became his harmonica player, and in the studio, especially at Chess Records. And in the beginning, they recorded him without, with him just playing like acoustic harmonica, not into a microphone, you know. Although he had already discovered the style of playing harmonica right into a mic that makes it sound like another instrument, you know. This is a mic, this is my own rig kind of, but like the harmonica mic that everybody uses. It's trying to copy the Little Walter sound. My friend Bob Santelli, when he was the head of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, when he was the head curator of it, he gave Bob Dylan a tour, on his own private tour before they opened up, and he could have opened up any display, unlocked anything, and the only thing that he expressed interest in was Little Walter's microphone. He asked Bob to take it out, checked it out. It's always been kind of a mystery how Little Walter got his unique tone and sound. He really turned it into a whole nother instrument, like the way Jimi Hendrix did with electric guitar. He just made use of a new technology and turned it into a sound that no one had ever heard before. And it turned out to be like the genius of the genre. He invented it, and then really has never been topped since. But most harmonica players try to copy Little Walter. So after he went on to play with Muddy Waters, he had a hit song by himself with his playing through the mic, with his sound, instrumental called Juke, that they played in between sets of Muddy Waters shows for a couple of years before recording it, and that became a hit. And once he had a hit song on the radio and everything, he took another blues harp player's band. Junior Wells had been, I think he was drafted maybe the Korean War, and anyway, he took his band, the Aces. They were a great blues band. Two brothers, Louis Myers and Dave Myers, and then Fred Bellel on drums. They were the best recording trio, but they were the band for Little Walter. They were Little Walter's band. Anyway, I'll play another Little Walter song, something. Which one? She's so fine. Won't love you all the time. You're a fine, healthy thing. I wanna love you all the time. Hey, I got a girl, she's fine and brown. Oh, like a mouse, she's a fine. That's one we like to play. Regular one part of our set. We play a lot of Little Walter songs. Some are a little tricky without the band. It's nice to have a bass. But when they recorded them, many did not have the bass. Sometimes it was those brothers, the Myers brothers, David and Lewis. Often in the studio, they would just play guitars. One would play the bass part and the other would play the chords or the fills, but there'd be no bass on there, including their big hit, Juke. Billy Hector told me this story about once when he went out to play at one of those things at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland. I don't know maybe it was for Little Walter, I don't know. But he was playing with a harmonica player that played, Billy Boy Arnold. And, Billy stopped Billy Boy Arnold. They were playing Juke and he stopped, told them no bass. If they did it as close to the record as they could. So it was just two guitar players and drums. He had the Aces. They were a great, great band on a lot of other recordings besides Little Walter. A lot of great records. Do you want next? Yeah, so they finally allowed him to record in the studio like he had been playing live. And that's when Muddy Waters really that was his best band those years. And even after Little Walter had his own band and his own hit, he was always called back to be the harmonica player for his, Muddy Waters recording sessions. His replacement was James Cotton. Anyway, this is the rig that I use playing live. This is I really had a hard time finding these mics that I used for years and years. The guy passed away and I couldn't get them anymore, so I was just having a couple of them worked on, and Sonny Ken fixed them, but finally I couldn't keep going anywhere. So anyway, sorry about this long story. I ordered one of these things through the mail from England, and you had to order the mic that came with it. This is like the standard mic that you hold and play. But the combination of this thing and that, it was so heavy that I needed this other harp rack, and even then it was like a slow motion guillotine chopping my head off. Anyway, this is my new rig, which I think will last forever, and it was cheap. I made it out of a good part of that thing from England, and one of my many broken harmonica mics from before. So anyway, that's what I'm going to get by with and use nowadays. Just your fool, can't help myself. So love you, baby, and no one else. I ain't crazy, you are my baby. I'm just your fool. I'm just your fool. I must have Rolling Stones on their last record, their blues album, which was titled Blue and Lonesome, also in the name of the Little Walter song that they covered on there, a slow blues song. That one was great, Blue and Lonesome. Both versions, you know, I remember hearing that one. It was on a compilation called Blue and Lonesome, and it had the, you know, alternate takes on it. Two really good ones, but there were like one slightly different chord change thing, and just on one verse, and the Rolling Stones must have covered the second one. Maybe that's the one they got in England. I don't know. Anyway, it's a great album. Mick Jagger's Rolling Stones, his harmonica playing is really good. Oh, another interesting thing is on a couple of songs, Little Walter plays guitar on a couple of Muddy Waters songs, that is. Two of them. Honeybee and She Moves Me. Yeah, he's great. Second guitar player. Sounds just like Muddy Waters. Really good. In fact, once I was reading this interview with Billy Gibbons of ZZ Top, and he listed it as one of his 10 favorite guitar performances. Guitar playing of Little Walter. Maybe I'll do that song. It's probably an E, I would guess. Yeah, then there's this kind of famous picture of Little Walter playing acoustic or guitar on the street in Chicago in front of a market. It was kind of like a flea market, farmer's market, that also had music, you know, including great blues guys like Little Walter. Anyway, he's standing there with a guitar in that picture. Always intrigued me. I always wondered how he would be, a whole set of him playing guitar. Sail on, my little honeybee, sail on. Sail on, my little honeybee, sail on. I don't mind your sailing. I hear a lot of buzzing, sound like my little honeybee. You hear a lot of buzzing, sound like my little honeybee. She's been around the world making honey. Now she's coming back home to me. lot of buzzing. Sound like a little honeybee. I hear a lot of buzzing. Sound like my little been around the world making honey. Now she's coming back home. Yeah, that's one that little Walter played a guitar on. Yeah, it's a big mystery what he played through to get his sound. Sometimes you could hear in the studio Chess records, one of the Chess brothers, you can hear him yelling at him over the mic, telling him to use this microphone that's not working out. Arguing about the microphone. Whoa, that was loud, sorry. Anyway, let's try this thing, I'll show you. Oh, baby. See, right? Oh. Yeah. All right. Anyway, that's the way a harmonica played through like an old-fashioned mic like this, and a tube amp like that. That's a Fender Bassman with 4 speakers, but they weren't around back then. What he probably played through was a PA, a whole PA with a built-in head with 6 speakers. They were like this tall. Sonny Kenwood told me that they were around in the early 60s especially. And they would have 2 or 3 channels. So I think that's what he used. It probably sounded really great, really loud, you know. And a lot of the harmonica, like boutique amps trying to copy that sound, have 6 speakers. So that seems like the secret. A lot of small speakers. Anyway, he also was the first to record and use the chromatic harmonica on a couple songs, Muddy Water songs, and then a few of his own really brilliant use of chromatic. He invented that, which I guess is the 3rd position, you know. So I think he invented that too. Here's a song. It might be tricky with just, I'll try it anyway. instead of playing guitar. Last night I lost the best friend I ever had. Last night I lost the best friend I ever had. Now you gone and let me make me feel so bad. I was early in the morning, my love's coming down for you. Early in the morning, and my love's coming down for you. I wanna tell you, baby, hey, what are we gonna do? Wait for tomorrow. Tell me every day, bring back a change. Wait for tomorrow. You tell me every day, bring back a change. I love you, babe. Oh, that's a crying shame. That song. Sorry about that. Trouble. Yeah, that song was written for his friend who died in a car crash. And then the chess guys at the studio told him to change the lyrics to make it like more about a romantic lost love situation. But if you listen to the recording, you can tell it's really not that at all. that they played with died in a car crash. Anyway, little Walter, he had his one great record, The Best of Little Walter, really great album, and then the outtakes, just about anything that he recorded. But then he really had a sharp decline in his recording and live things. There's not too many good films of him playing or singing. A couple here and there, but there was one record with Muddy Waters and Bo Diddley and Little Walter. It looked like it should have been great, but it was really not good. Mainly because of Little Walter and Muddy Waters. You even hear him singing on there. Well, Walter can't sing anymore, and he really couldn't. He really lost his voice and his whatever genius he had on harmonica. I don't know. And then he died young. He died in a street fight, probably was murdered in a street fight, and went home and fell asleep and died in his sleep in Chicago. So many of these guys murdered in Chicago. Sonny Boy Williamson, the first one. And not even with guns. Alright. That's a half hour. That's enough about my hero, Little Walter. I don't know what else could I say about him. Rolling Stones, keeping his work alive. He was portrayed in that movie, Cadillac Records. Yeah, he was pretty beat up towards the end. He had scars, 2 big scars. But he was the genius of harmonica, no doubt about it. The best harmonica player. The one guy everyone's still trying to copy, me included. So that's what I usually don't try to copy him. Although I've spent plenty of hours just playing along with Little Walter. I don't try to copy him. Mainly because I can't get it exactly right. And then why? I mean, it helps you learn how to play better, but you can't really improve on a lot of these songs. The Rolling Stones can. I would listen to their version of it, but many versions of Little Walter songs are pretty unnecessary. They don't need to be recorded. Maybe played in a bar, but don't need to be recorded anymore. Anyway, this one's one of our songs, instrumental, called Nice Way of Closing. Thanks for listening every week. Happy birthday to Katie and Augie the doggy. Going to a birthday party for Augie the doggy. Thanks everybody, thanks for listening every week to our Saturday afternoon concert.
Is it all done?
We're all done. Now we're going to the birthday party.
We're going for a basement real quick.